Guess I'll make another one of these recordings. Just I'm waiting for another video to upload to process. 13 hours it's been sitting there. So one of them did pop up. So anyway, it was a pre-zombie picture show fight video, and so yeah, we already did the zombie picture show thing. So that video won't post, I guess, till after, obviously. But be a while, I imagine, until he'll post the video with the recording of a couple-hour conversation. It went okay. We kind of just talk past each other a lot, and that's, I guess, all we're ever going to be able to do. But it was a adequate conversation. Moved along, arguments being made. I don't know if it was sort of redundant, but it takes some of that sometimes. Anyway, so what I want to talk about, I guess, is so Poodle Susan did a response to Pierrot on the subtleties of consent, which I don't even think you need to go into all these subtleties, but it's whatever. And then Edible Napalm has done like 14 hours of videos, and one of them, the third party, starts off by belching. I mean, he's just such a crude, disgusting pig of a human. I just find him so grating to even have to listen to any of it. So anyway, I didn't watch any. 3 minutes of it, maybe 2 minutes. I don't know. The 3 videos. I'm just looking at the comments just to see if there's anything relevant. Apparently, in the second part, he claims there was a diary that and all kinds of other crap that doesn't exist, and so he apparently made a few mistakes, worse than me saying that Thames was in France. But anyway, I don't know whether he referenced that, but yeah, I did make that mistake in my video. I'm sure he picked up on that, though. I'm sure he did. So is there anything else relevant? There was nothing I could see in the comments that meant anything. He's going to claim, I guess, that there's it's conclusive proof that Thomas Jefferson had rape in his heart and rape in his mind, and that he's committed a rape. And I just think it's a silly standard. It's not just this beyond a reasonable doubt thing. I think there's plenty of reasonable doubt whether there was no consent. There's even reasonable doubt that she could have seduced him. I mean, hell, he's a older widow, lonely, she's young, all of that shit. So anyway, I mean, the simple argument for me is I can't convict somebody of a crime that I might be capable of committing. I could find it conceivable that I could be in France with my now free slave. Technically she's a free person in France, and find comfort in her arms and bosom and such. So whatever, if that's rape, then it's rape. I think it's just a silly definition of rape. I think it does the word rape harm, especially when women had so little consent in the real world in those times. Women were, I mean, if the right suitor came to the house with the right box of chocolates and your daddy said it was okay, you were pretty much married. So is all of those relationships, you're going to call every single one of them rape? Then you're pretty much the bastard child of previous rapes. Is that how you want to view the world? That what was in these men's heart was always violence and abuse of a woman? That none of them loved these women? I mean, rape should be a word held, for men who use women for their gratification without any sense of obligation. I don't think even women who weren't able to give consent, I don't think they were technically raped by these men, in the sense that the men didn't have dishonorable intentions. They didn't want to do wrong by these women in many cases, and so that can be a bad social circumstance, a bad arrangement, where society forces people to play the game that way. But I don't know if I'd call it rape, because in a way both people are victims of the circumstance. I mean, yeah, now we have a clear definition that women have the authority and the right to exchange their love by their own volition, and they shouldn't be coerced, but they still are. They're still seduced by circumstances. A man with money, we see how that does work. I'm not going to call it rape, because I think it's a stupid thing to call it when women are blindsided by opportunity, you know, an offer they cannot refuse, kind of thing, cannot rationally refuse. It's not freedom, so it's hard to call it something other than coercion by economic circumstances. Rape, I'm just saying it just seems you're gonna turn the word into nothing, and maybe that's what the intent of these people is. And especially, like I said, in this Jefferson case, if you're going to be so aggressive in this unyielding accusation, that's not only is it not defensible with proven evidence. I mean, paternity hasn't even been, beyond all other explanations, proven, and you know, certainly there's no other circumstantial evidence of rape. There's circumstantial evidence of a monogamous long-term relationship. So yeah, I'm you know, I just find it revolting, you know, that I have to defend myself again from just grotesque accusations about my character, like somehow I lack sensitivity or appreciation for the vulnerability of women, that I would apologize for a rapist. No. And so yeah, but I would say to Piro, that's a huge flaw in your presumption here, is that I mean, I didn't even concede the possibility that you actually believe that we should title Thomas Jefferson a rapist, that we should change all the history books and include the word rapist, that there's some point in doing that, that there's some significant, meaningful rightness that would be created by doing that, because it's so factually obvious that he forcibly coerced this woman to have sex with him, that you have enough evidence to convict him, and that we should change the history books and oblige people to recognize Thomas Jefferson as a rapist. I think that's crazy. As for your liberal credentials, I think they are pseudo-liberal, as long as we're pseudo-intellectual. Because, yeah, when the rubber hits the road, I don't see anything progressive or liberal or feminist in destroying the meaning of the word rape by applying it to a circumstance, not only that you don't prove, a circumstance that doesn't really qualify. She wasn't incapable of providing consent by function. She was incapable of providing consent by limitation of a contrivance of law. She could break that law. She could consent to have sex with a white man and break the law. The law was wrong. It was not like, you know, having sex with a 10-year-old is wrong because they can't conform consent. They can't do it. It's not that they're being limited by the law from doing it. They can't do it. Only in the most preposterous, extreme, reasonable projection of a possibility could you contrive some 10-year-old that would have that maturity. Yet, in this circumstance, there's no impossibility of conceiving a circumstance where she wouldn't only consent to have sex, that she might even try to provide the seduction for such an event to take place, where she would have the opportunity to give consent. You have no evidence, and yet you're willing to convict, and I don't think that's either progressive or liberal. And to use the word rape this recklessly, in my opinion, is very unfeminist. So yeah, I think you've lost all credentials as being anyone who really cares about any of this shit as anything meaningful. You're just playing with it because somebody you're having a petty fight with is playing with it, and so you're deciding to play with it. And as long as it's not your integrity that's being slandered, it's all okay. Well, it's not okay with me, fuckhead. And so, in my opinion, you're just a slandering motherfucking pseudo-liberal, pseudo-progressive, complete asshole. You're not a pseudo-asshole, you're a complete asshole. So anyway, and as for Rebel Napalm, again, go eat with the pigs, then you be a pig. I mean, it's not that complicated. Eat with the, I mean, I'll come up with some suitable title, but you title my video something, you James something or other. Like, I know you James is like some kind of pedophile guy or something from YouTube history with a weird voice or something. I don't know. Asian chicks or something. I don't know. Some kind of weird shit going on. I don't know. I used to have fights with Coughlin or something. I don't know. So yeah, reference obscuria. So I'll come up with some appropriate title. But yeah, there's nothing, beyond that. That's enough said. So I guess it's going to be. I mean, I don't want to cause stress between other people and whoever. You can have whatever conversations you want to have. So I don't want to force anybody to say something they want to say or conform or any of that kind of shit. But I'm just going to say, yeah, if you're going to support people who are going to call me insensitive to rape victims, it's really going to piss me off. And that's, what else can I say? I mean, I take that seriously. I take somebody accusing me of being a rape apologist, I take that accusation seriously. And I think just like Thomas Jefferson would probably take the accusation of rapist seriously, I'm going to take it seriously, and I'm going to take it, and unlike him, I'm not dead, and so I'm going to fight back to these petty, dickless wonders who think they have a right to slander people on no evidence, and using slander against another person to prove their slander. Somehow they've not only proven Jefferson to be a rapist, they have now proven I'm a rape apologist because I won't call Jefferson a rapist. I mean, that's how all they have is layers of slander as arguments. What can you say? I mean, these people are rotten, lousy, shitty human beings. And you want to have conversations with them? You want to hang out with them? And I'm supposed to say what? All I'm going to say is don't get your pig germs on me, fuckers. Yeah, stay out of my house. 13 minutes, fuck. I didn't think I did 13 minutes. It's 14 now. Fuck it. It's the way it went. Till next time.